I like the I just dropped in to check what condition the condition is in. I think I want to use that again. So Tyler wasn't here. Tyler, there was an old song. I don't know when. It was from a band you wouldn't expect this lyrics, but
Rodriguez.
I think what?
Rodriguez was his name. It was the guy.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was one guy.
Oh, one guy. So it
He
was
had only one record, and then he disappeared for 40 years. Then they got out, and then the thing about
wow. Oh,
No, it was
oh, we
called-
just found out. What? I just found out
it's
a lot.
Kenny,
The
it's
guy.
Kenny Rogers. Hello, Kenny
No, it
Rogers.
wasn't. Was it Kenny Rogers?
Fuck yes, it was.
Your whole story. He just gave me a story about a guy did one record, disappeared for 40 years, and it was Kenny Rogers?
No,
That's
it
another person. Wait a minute, I'm getting disinformation here. Yeah. Kenny Rogers. I don't believe it was it? Well,
In the
whatever.
first edition, it was Kenny Rogers and
Kenny covered it was Mickey Newberry on
The
Wiki.
first
Mickey
edition.
Newberry.
All right, the first edition, yeah. So incredible line, lyrics really. But the thing is, we want to just look at it as what drops in to check on the condition is in. What's that? Yeah. Obviously, when you're singing along with the song, even not even singing along, living along with the song, that's you. Yeah. It's you that drops in to check what condition your condition is in, or the condition is in. Yeah. Now, this is where we would question. We're not questioning the condition. We're not questioning what condition it's in. We're questioning who drops in. Yeah. Yeah. That's stepping back. Yeah. So instead of, oh yeah, it's me, and I dropped in to check what condition the condition is in, just take a step back and look at that me. Yeah. And that's where the negation lies. It's not negating the condition or any other conditions the condition can be in. It's just negating that you're the one that drops in to check the condition of the condition. Yeah. It's beautiful, isn't it? Because the head is usually checking in to check the condition is in. Let's say the action figure. And if you've noticed, if you ever had an event like in sports or let's say sex or something, where you get into a zone where there's a complete forgetting. I used to get it a lot house painting, really, and a lot of when I'd be spraying like on an industrial area and doing ceilings, and I could just go off for hours and hours and hours with absolutely seemingly no thought. And it was a great relief to have nothing dropping in to check the condition of the condition. Yes, so the condition was acting as an action figure painting the ceilings. There was no need for anything to drop in to check that condition. Yeah. It was beautiful. So the zone was basically raw life without a doer, so to speak. There was a lot of doing, things were seemingly getting done, but as Buddha supposedly said, events happen, so those ceilings are being sprayed. Yeah. Deeds are done. There was the doing of the spraying, yet there's no individual doer thereof. So this is the point. So that way, Buddha goes, events happen, deeds are done. And then he hits you with, yet there's no individual doer thereof. This song, it hits you at the first thing. Yeah. That which drops in is what gets negated to see what condition the condition is in. But if you go back or front, it doesn't matter. There's an absence of view, or there's an absence of a doer or a thinker, a feeler, a taster, a toucher, a smeller, or that which drops in to check out the condition of the condition. Yeah, that's where the negation lies. So The selfing occurs, and usually what happens is when someone gets introduced to this idea of selfing, they call me up and they say, oh, incredible, I really get the selfing and I've been doing it all day. See, this is not it. Yeah, that's the selfing. The selfing is the feeling of being the doer of the selfing, or the feeling of being the one that's being done to by the selfing. Yeah, that's the selfing. That's the impliedness. The selfing just goes on, but it implies the doer or the done to. Yeah, the same thing with that. There's a condition, and then there's something that drops in to check out what condition the condition is in. You're still a fucking action figure. And the beautiful news is you're not. Yeah. And haven't you noticed that the action figure does a whole lot better when that thing that drops in doesn't drop in as much? Yeah. Or if you can't seem to have that stop, losing interest in that which drops in. Yeah. Because that which drops in isn't, it didn't drop in. See, this is the idea. It says something that isn't so, as if it was a fact. Just like when selfing occurs, there's a feeling of being a self. And not only that, you feel historical. So it's not like you were the doer of the action that was just noticed. You're a historical doer. And you have now 50 years of claiming behind it, or 60 years, or 20 years. Yeah. And this, so the assumption is presupposed to be what? A fact. Yeah. So when Ramana says there's a presupposing of a non-existent thing being what? An existent thing. When that presupposing happens, there is no possibility that you as this is a non-existent thing. You are an existent thing. Yeah. So that gets established. The presupposing leaps over the fact that this is a non-existent thing, and now it's an existent thing. And then when it hears that it's not a body, it hears that message as a body. Yeah? So the presupposing of a non-existent thing being what? An existing thing. Yeah? And then in that condition, it's now going to look for another condition it would like to be in, which is salvation. Yeah. And if that's the case, your spiritual practices themselves are being used to reinforce the non-existent thing as the existent thing. How can they destroy it? Yeah. So what the delusion you would like to get out of is being used, and all the efforts to do that is being used to reinforce that you are it. Not that you're even in it, you are it. Yeah. This is the dilemma in a sense. This is why when you were a kid, I remember I was going to, Catholic school, and I swear every week we would have an hour where we sat and they told us about God. Yeah. And they said, God has 3 attributes: omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. So it's ever present, all powerful, all knowing. And when I would leave, I would be wondering why I'm not bumping into God. I mean, how can I be missing this thing? If it's everywhere, I must be somewhere that you would call everywhere. But this is the case. We're not in everywhere. We are everywhere. We are that. Yeah. And we believe we're in somewhere. And that somewhere gets presupposed before the everywhere. And now many people from the special somewhere are looking for experiences of everywhere. Yeah. All the while being everywhere. This is the point. Yeah. This is like a fish going to school to learn about water when it's in it constantly. Yeah. It's like the guy selling water by the river. And it's even funnier. It's the guy is in the river selling water. And then you find yourself in the water, not noticing that, buying water. Yeah. This is the insanity of it. So this message is simple. Yeah. You lose interest in that which is being implied to have dropped in to check what condition the condition is in. Yeah. You lose interest in it. Yeah. It doesn't say, I've got to change that condition. I got to stop dropping into the condition. I got to leave the condition alone. None of that. There's no orders. There's no movement. You just see you're not that. Because usually when you're seeing that as you, it's about, I've got to do something about the condition, or I've got to stop trying to do something about, yes, it just becomes more orders, more orders, more orders. Whatever level you go to, there's more orders about it. Yeah. This is a disarming. You just lose interest in the whole situation. Yeah. And that's when a lot of shit's revealed. This sort of kingdom doesn't open through interest. It's already open and you recognize it by lack of interest. Yeah. So the great liberation is from the need to be liberated. You're liberated from that need to be liberated. All these weights that have been putting on us, hearing about spirituality as something that we once were, or we have to arrive at and re-become or merge with, or somehow we got to do a lot of purification. It's all about us, isn't it? Yeah. All about how we prepare, what we do this. This is, you can't get dressed for this situation. It's now. Yeah. It's not like going to a dinner engagement and you start dressing a half hour earlier and, honey, we got to get going soon. No, it's now. There's no preparation. Yeah. And Howie, if you take yourself to be a body, when are you going to hit a purification level? That seems to be agreeable to your conceptual idea of being purified. And if what happens, a fart comes out of you or something, it just throws it all out. And now you have to re-purify yourself. Who's judging your purity level? Do I have to fast 50 days, 60 days? So there's a solution. The solution is you are the solution. Yeah. Now, instead of being the problem, seeking for a solution, how it appears here, you're the solution, seemingly having a problem. So you don't need to solve the problem. You just have to recognize the solution. Yeah. 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 So I'm happy to be here tonight. I've been open. This hit me years and years and years ago. And then I had a seat assignment to share. Now people are coming to get a different share, and then it turned into this share. And I remember I felt like I needed to respond as the action figure to this great, great privilege of sharing this and get better. And then it was very quickly revealed to me, no, you're perfect as you are. In other words, you're quite irrelevant to this message coming through. Yeah. Oh, wow. So, and this message, however it communicated to me, told me, if you don't see this activity of claiming and this presupposing of the non-existent thing as the existent thing, or so on and so forth, you're going to be looking from it. Yeah. Yeah. Now, that's fine. You can see the looking from it and not be the looking from it. Yeah. You are going to see the looking from it, and and that looking from it isn't going to be you. Yeah. There isn't going to be you looking from it. There's looking from it. That is the condition of the head. The head is looking from this idea that the non-existent thing, completely forgotten, is an existent thing that's constantly remembered. Yeah. You're going to see that. You're going to see the looking from that position from another non-position. That's the recognition. That is the negation. The negation isn't an act, it's an awareness. Yeah. You're not doing the negation. You're seeing that which you used to look from. Yeah. You're seeing it. You're aware of it. Yeah. And then suddenly all the, bonding, all the gluing, all the adhering to this idea of you being the one that's looking from there is seen through in a second. You are now aware that you are the awareness of that point of view. You are not someone that's seeing from that point of view. Yeah, you're an awareness of the point of view. Hallelujah. Hopefully it's going to help you travel lighter through this event. Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, this is where the value lies. It's the value being awareness. In awareness, there's no value in that. You're not going to win a prize, recognizing your own nature. It's your own nature. It's not like you win the big lottery. Yeah. But here in this dreaming, where there can be a heaviness and or a lightness, to lean towards the lightness as a consistent condition in this volatile conditional situation is an awesome gift. Yeah. To be able to travel lighter through whatever life has in store for you for the next 10 years or 10 minutes or 20 years or 50 years. Yeah. Is an incredible gift. Yeah. And the humility of the action figure itself will be triggered because it will be super clear it had nothing to do with it. It's super clear, even through all the haze of the programming and the trance, it gets it. It gets that it could not do what it needed to do. It cannot get what it needs to get. Yet something has allowed that to occur. Yeah. And then it triggers a beautiful quality of the action figure, gratitude and honor. Yeah. Maybe, I'll just stick with honor. Honor is a very good, it's a nice feeling. And gratitude is awesome. Yeah. And to have that as like an aroma of every day that you're breathing in and out, not practicing, but breathing in and out, is pretty, it just allows this thing to travel better. Yeah. And isn't that what every one of us wants? Aren't we hoping if we could transcend all the shit that seems to bog us down, that it would translate into traveling lighter? Yeah, isn't it? Maybe all those requirements to travel lighter aren't necessary. Yeah. Maybe what you would think the last of is the first, which is losing interest in acquiring all those qualities and getting all those conditions and maintaining all those conditions. Maybe just an acceptance of what's actually happening right now and fitting yourself around that instead of trying to fit what's happening around you. Yeah. This you that you're not, actually. So, yeah. People come in. Did I invite anybody? No, I don't think so. People show up, make a coffee, eat some bread, go through my dressers, see if there's any shorts or pants they like. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Hey, Michael, you still there? You want to open it up?
Okay. Anybody want to raise their hand?
Oh, yeah. Mike from Mexico. How are you, Mike?
Está bien.
Good.
Down here they say hasta ahora todo bien, which means so far so good.
Oh, great. Oh, you moved.
No, just I'm still in the same place. I moved out of the place I was, but I'm still in the same neighborhood.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling, I can't even describe it. In fact, I'm not all that interested in describing it, but
yes,
but I can tell you it's something I've never felt before, and the gratitude is sometimes overwhelming.
Oh, fantastic, bro.
It just feels terrific. I mean, I don't know. It's you were saying something last week about all of our experiences are either subjective or objective.
Yes.
Like we're doing something, or something is being done to us. But it feels these days more like there's another experience that's out of that loop.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Either. It's not either. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's like none of the above.
Yes. Great.
So I'm just sort of basking in that. It feels like I'm being marinated, kind of
That's
soaking
good.
in. I don't know what to call it, but that's how
Yeah.
I feel.
Fascinated. Yeah, you're on a slow burn. Hours,
Yeah, it
hours in
feels
the
like that. It
Yeah.
only took me 60 years to get here, so whatever.
Yeah, and then life will slightly turn you over. So,
I'm being basted first.
but you know what it's like a lot? You ever see those videos where like an elephant or something has, or a animal has like a jar on its head and it can't get out. And then in a weird way, it's driven or drawn to a person to get the help, you know?
Right.
And they pull the fucking thing
Right.
off the bear's head or the fox's head. And sometimes there's like a second where the fox looks at them, not like it's going to attack them. And you could almost see like gratitude there. And then it takes off into its own nature again. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
this is sort of what it's like. We've been flailing away as an action figure, not being able to get our needs met. And when we do, there's creates more wants, and then the wants don't fill us up either and shit,
Yeah.
And then finally there's a certain, hey, it was a very quick stop for me in recovery where I was fucked, and it was just, I had gone and then that night I went to a meeting, and I felt hope from this AA meeting, and it allowed me to feel hopeless. Yeah. My head was not allowing me to feel what was actually going on. It had a lot of denial going. Yeah. And yet what sprung that opportunity was emitting something, that I was hopeless. Yeah. I mean, the hope gave me the permission to say how hopeless it is. And I hope these satsangs will give us permission to, just like we say in recovery, drop the rock, and we're not even saying you're holding the rock on, but it's a nice image. Yeah. Drop the rock and get on with being moved in the moment. Yeah. Not being moved through time. Time is something else. It's sort of the head uses it almost like a whip to a horse. Yeah. Time. No, you want to be moved. Yeah. In this moment. That's more than enough. And there's clear direction without you knowing it. Yes, there is. I followed it for years. I've been stumbling and bubbling through my whole life, and I'm still stumbling and bumbling through it.
And I feel like I still see that attachment sometimes to stuff, whatever it is, politics or anything, because it doesn't go away. It's not like it's like a door closes and I never see it again. I can still see those things, but I don't feel moved. I don't feel convinced about them anymore. I'm not convinced.
Yes, because now you don't see it as you. Before you
No,
saw
it's
it
the
as
movie
all
I
of
watch.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the action figure gets, we're trying to accept things as the action figure. The action figure gets accepted. Yeah. The
Just moves
action
out of the way.
itself gets accepted. It's given a space it could never give itself. Yeah, because there's too many demands on it from the head. But from a wider view, there's compassion for it and acceptance. Yeah. And then a lot of stuff we're like, this is why knowledge was was avoided because it just seemed to have more demands. Yeah, now the knowledge of what we're not doesn't induce more demands. It doesn't present more pressure. It's a very disarming effect. And the action figure finally can take a deep breath because there's an atmosphere of acceptance around it. It couldn't come from it, but it's around it, yeah, because we've seen it from somewhere other than it, yeah. And from that somewhere other, there's acceptance. As this, I'll tell you, I don't know, maybe one day it would have arrived at, but this was like an urban renewal project. As long as the head was running the show and it was me, there was a lot of work to try to avoid or have to do, or yes, just unbelievable. And it's like, when is the building gonna be completed? Never. It was just on and on and on. And then when I saw I wasn't this, the urban renewal project was canceled. And all that interest and attention went to things that really enlivened the life for me instead of fucking enslaving me in this life. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and there are things that are interesting now that I never would have been interested in before. I was talking to my partner Julie today on the phone. She's in Santa Barbara, and I was telling her about somehow along the way I got a big wad of adhesive or something stuck to a bottom of a flip flop. Right? I didn't realize it. It's been on there for I don't know how long, months, who knows. But I spent almost an hour digging this adhesive out of the grooves of my flip-flop. Something that you tell, if somebody had told me a couple of years ago that I would have 5 minutes for something like that, I would have said, you are fucking crazy. There is no way I'm doing that. I got important shit to do.
Yeah.
You know, but this is like, I loved it. I was just like, whoa, this is really cool. You know, I went and got my wire brush, this and that, and it completely wound up in something that's no point really. I mean, you know,
Yeah, there is. There's a big point. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've become like a tweaker. I had it today. I bought a hat and I wanted to change it into another hat. That went on for a couple of hours. Adhesive, cutting it, fucking like this. I was completely absorbed in it. Yeah, this happens all the time. So I turned into a tweaker without the crystal meth. It's great.
I've started painting after 50 years. I've dropped it in college, and things are just, I don't even know where it comes from. It just, little strokes end up into being something, into being a painting, you know, and I don't know.
Yeah,
And I'm not even sure who's doing it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't care really. I mean, I don't feel like
well,
I'm.
you can be assured there's never a who doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe a what, but not a who.
Yeah, it feels more like a what than a who.
Yeah. The who is out. Yeah, I'm telling you, I get into these weird little rabbit holes here, doing things. No one notices. Come home. I've done all this stuff in the yard. Amelia doesn't see anything. It doesn't matter. It's just tweaking. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun. I know that.
Yeah. You've yeah. This I feel. You know, you can't see the mental weight, but it's the heaviest weight of all. The mental weights are the heaviest fucking weights of all. You can't weigh them, you can't see them, you can't put them on a scale. But the heaviness that gets induced by so this is just this is truly traveling lighter. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I've tried to make about 5 shoes. So I get tons of shoes for like $6 from thrift stores. Try to make it so it fits this bad foot I have. And I can't give it to any other person because I ruined the one shoe. But it's just like Frankenstein in a laboratory. Trying to do stuff. It's great. It's great. Yeah. Yeah.
I had a
Don't start
friend
trying
of
to
mine.
tattoo myself. I got to watch out for that. I don't want to get, I got the ink already. I don't want to start tattooing myself up and
Yeah.
down my legs, some esoteric fucking scripture.
I had a friend tell me a couple of days ago that she said, if I have a superpower, it is figuring things out. And I went, oh shit, boy, does that sound familiar, and what a relief not to be in that mode, it was my whole life in that mode, including figuring out how to wake up. Holy shit.
But I'll tell you something. There is something when you figure it out, ends the figuring it out.
Yeah, well,
It does. It's
yeah.
somewhere it comes. It's the gift of not needing to figure anything out. It's a very,
it's like you're saying, it's the last house on the street. Oh, okay, that's the end of this trip.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you. I love being here.
Great, great. Well, Mike, wherever you are, what's going on? Anyone else?
Dana's giving you a hand.
Who?
Dana.
Dana. All right, Dana. iPad 3. What happened to the first two?
I've been doing really good, and I haven't been in yesterday or tomorrow, and yet I started feeling bad, and I thought, what the hell am I feeling bad about? And I realized that my leg is hurting. I injured my leg, and now it's become my whole focus, and I don't want to do that. It's not getting better. And I don't want to make it into something. I don't want to be tied to it. I want to be, I want to be lighter about it. I want to feel like it's going to work out. There's nothing, that kind of thing. And I'm not liking that I'm feeling bad about it. I'm not liking that I'm going there.
All right, Dana, I'm just going to jump in, because on this platform, what we would do, we would move attention from the leg and move the attention from wanting it to be different or not wanting to be different, and then just go to that which says it's there, wanting it to be different. Who is it or what is it that wants it to be different? Yeah. And see it as not you. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then what I do let's go back now to the leg situation. It's probably getting close to bed. See what it's like tomorrow. Have a nice sleep. And I've had a lot of terminal conditions change overnight.
Yeah.
In my head, had it as a terminal condition. I went to sleep the next morning, it had changed. So yeah, that's worked a lot. So, but yes, this is the beauty about, I don't want it to be like this. This would usually, taking that to be you, the spiritual thing would, I've got to stop wanting it not to be like this, and a separate way. This isn't that. This is, you're not that which wants it to be anyway. This is not a call to arms. Like, I don't want this to happen and I got to do something. No, just step. You're not that wants that. You're not that doesn't want that. You're just not that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This is the answer is never moving ahead. It's stepping back. Yeah. Just go to the assumed subject of the wanting or not wanting, and question its subjectness. It's not you.
Okay.
That's the great news.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then go to sleep and then see how you feel in the next morning. If your leg has fallen off, that's kind of solution, and you'll have to deal with what's going on when you get there.
Right.
Yeah. I swear though, tons of times when the prognosis in my head was, this is terminal, I just went to sleep and the next day it was different. Yeah. When I get up, when I stand on my both legs, they're both like TNT. They can blow up, either one of them. They are not very reliable. Yet I can rest assured and feel at peace because I wait for that moment to see what's going to happen. I don't have a prognostic. I can't forecast it. I just get on my legs and then I see how it is. Yeah. And usually I have a minor miracle every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened? What does this occur? What does this show you over time? Yeah. Like I did not think about getting run over by the car until I got run over by the car. Yeah.
Right.
If I had
Right.
all the thoughts I would have had about getting run over a car, wouldn't have changed anything about getting run over by a car. It was very cool to have a lot of moments before getting run over by a car, not thinking or worrying about getting run over by a car. Really. I mean, because when I got run over by the car, that was that. Yeah, I'd been run over by a car. There was no getting around it. But the period before, I never thought about getting run over by a car. Yeah, never. And so this is how I've been returned. I don't think much about shit until it appears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like Ramesh, who I used to see, this guy Ramesh Balsekar, he was very, very generous to people. And he would present meaning the way he would share. And he would say, hey, there's a relative aspect of the head, which is like the working mind. Yeah. And it can be quite good. But usually that which drops in to check in the condition of the working mind is the psychological aspect of the head, yeah, which is it fucks all the shit up, yeah. So you would say when you wake up and something's there, you may have the wherewithal to deal with it. When it's not there, the head's just riffing. You're not doing shit about it, yeah. So in the morning, okay, I'm in a condition, there's a response to that condition. Just like if something happened, bada ba, bada ba, my head can be quite rational. Like it's raining, I gotta close the top windows of the camper, you know? Da 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 da. I go around and make everything, take all the pillows out of the put them in the garage so they don't get wet. Very simple. Then I'm done. I do the chore and that's it. Yes.
And I'm swimming 3 days a week and I'm exercising and I'm enjoying that.
Great. Yeah. It's about time. Who else is going to enjoy it for you, honey? Seriously. Who else is going to enjoy it for you? Yeah. This is what, yes. Yes. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And just check in the morning, see how it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else, Mike?
No other hands?
No other hands. Well, anyone here? We got some people resting quite well. Nor the dog is quiet. That's awesome. Dog's out cold. Mia's here. Everyone's in a nice space. Only one thing could probably bother all of them. A question. Any questions? Do you see this vid? Do you see the Zoom? Mine? It's like, it's got an effect.
Yes.
There's like a washed out look.
Theater.
It's very strange. Do you see the way I look? I just looked at the square. I've got a certain all my mortal sins that are etched in my facial scars, or you can't see any of it. Wow. So it's like I'm being cooked like Mike. I'm being marinated.
It's off focus.
My Zoom window is actually the window into the stove, into the oven of life. I'm being marinated. Mm.
Maybe you just put Vaseline on your lens.
I'm crispy. Yeah, Vaseline. Wow. Yeah. All right. Anyone? Oh, there's Anu. We haven't seen Anu in a while. Thank you, Anu, for dropping in. John K. I'm going to say hello until some. Oh, Mike M raised their hand. Mike.
Hey, Paul, I just wanted to say that somebody had asked about losing interest, and it's so crazy that I've been losing interest in a lot lately, and it's very foreign to lose interest because I'm so used to being so interested in so much bullshit. But there's just this kind of weird blankness that happens where there's nothing, it's my brain's not my mind, it's not biting on anything. And I don't know. It's just trippy, man. I didn't produce it and it's slowly happening. And I just wanted to thank you. That's all.
Yeah, great. Yeah. It's what it was called. Brave New World. See, when you're extremely interested in that, when the head is extremely interested in itself, it cannot imagine it in a state of lack of interest. Yeah. Because if it was in a state of lack of interest, the idea of what it would be like wouldn't even be noticed, like Mike was saying. You don't check in to see what condition the condition is in. That much. And especially, you never check in to see this quote unquote spiritual condition the condition is in, because this is the fact of what we are. This is not a condition that needs to be reconditioned or super conditioned or maintained. It's the inherent condition of what we are. It doesn't need anything to check in on it. Yeah. Nothing comes before it. And to me, this is the faith put in something that's worthy of faith. And it's an effect that produces. You're not checking in on the condition is in, because the condition is a condition. Yeah, it just it's cool.
So I don't have to check in on the infantile ego. That was
No,
the
of
whole
course
thing I
not.
used to hear
No.
all the time.
The satsang has stuck a pacifier in its mouth. Yeah, it's just sucking air. That's all it's doing. It's falling asleep by its own lullaby. uh, yeah. I told you, you came here, I was sharing it. What do you think? I'm lying? It's loss of interest. Just describing the reverse engineering of something. Yeah. Instead of trying to get back to where we never left, there's a reverse engineering back to where we never left. Yes. So it's a beautiful methodology. You don't have to take the trip. You see the anatomy of the trip. Yeah. You see it from where you want to arrive at. So you are already there, which you want to arrive at, and you're in the echo of on having never left. And then all the trips get reverse engineered in a sense, because all the trips have the same movement. Yeah. Almost the same cadence. And so now, instead of you see you see it, bump, 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 and then it brings you back to that which you were hoping to have an arrival in, yeah? And when you're that backness, you've never left, and the song there is on having never left. So, yeah. So you see how the head does what it does. So the head claims living, and it attempts to indoctrinate or reinforce its idea of who's living and what's life. Yeah. And whatever happens is claimed to imply there's a doer or a done to by. And it tries to insert a noun. Not only, it would be different if you could see the noun after the verbing. Yeah. The verbing, and then the noun. And this is when you're enjoying the interpretation. Yeah. But when the noun is before the verb, you're living the interpretation. Yeah. When the verb is before the noun, yeah, you're enjoying the interpretation in a lot of levels. First of all, it's an incredible center of comedy. Yeah. It'll keep you amused fucking endlessly. Yeah. Yeah. So verbs, nouns. Yeah. But when the noun is before the verb, then you're living an interpretation, because that's not true. Yeah. Verbing is what's happening. Noun, doing it all or being done to it all, is not what's happening. That's an interpretation of what's happening from a system we call a mental process. Yeah. And that system is broadcasting its story. And many of us have taken that story to be us. Yeah. And we have that in recovery and addiction, where it says very clearly, and this was from observation of many people trying it, that self can't get out of self. Yeah. So that which you would love to be free from, you're trying to be free as. Yes. And it goes into the same cadence of the real liberation is from the need to be liberated. Yes. There's a relief before the need or the drive to get relieved. Yeah. There is a relief there. You're relieved of the whole enchilada. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyone?
Nope, no hands.
All right, I'm going to start saying a very long goodbye today. Oh, Mike M? No, we just spoke to Mike.
Oh, you just got a hand from Ram.
From who?
Ram.
Ram.
Yes.
All right, Ram.
Yeah. I don't know that's a question. It's maybe
Ram. Yes.
yeah, hey Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's kind of like what you were just talking about. You put it into words beautifully. It's a liberation from the need to get liberated. And it's something there's a shift that happened, a gradual thing that you just nailed it. It's, there's this moment of Satori where it's like, holy shit, there was never a self. Oh my God. And then it's like, that's not a permanent state. It's not a permanent, what's left of the person then comes along and wants that to be all the time, or wants to keep coming back to it or whatever. So you go to a satsang, boom, again, there was never anyone there. Fine. But I no longer have an investment in trying to get rid of myself. Even when, and it's not that there's no sense of self to get rid of, it's present much of the time, but it's not it just seems pointless to try to transcend it at this point. It's ridiculous. And what you just said, if there's a liberation from trying to get liberated, it's like, there's a real relief and relaxation in that.
Yes. That's the great see. What looks like a failure is the true success. Yeah. So
freeing. Yeah.
Yes, the failure is freeing because usually it's just the emphasis. So when someone says, I'm never gonna get it, and they're super bummed out because they still want to be there to get it. Or someone says, I'm never gonna get it, and it's a hallelujah. So it's the exact same statement, but the emphasis is completely different. This is what happens, yeah. Yeah. So now this was a weird thing in the Course in Miracles where it says, your greatest successes were your greatest failures, and your greatest failures are your greatest successes. And in this case, it's true that if you're trying to arrive at where you already are, the greatest success in all those attempts would be their failing. Yeah. Yes, because you're already there. So the greatest successes of all the arrivals was to fail in producing the arrival. Hallelujah. Yeah. Just like our friend here, my friend that comes to the AA, the recovery one, said he was in a Vipassana retreat and he called us up and said, I don't have to come to another Vipassana retreat. Where did he get that? At the Vipassana retreat. There you go. So the retreat succeeded by having him never going to another Vipassana retreat. Yeah. Yeah. So this is, I didn't come up with it. I just observed it. That's how it works. Yeah. I didn't. I observed and I saw the frustration of not getting it just demanded more and more because it always was just rooted back to self-centeredness, that I have to do more. I should have stayed with the master longer. I should have, instead of 108 rotations around the temple, I should have done 109 or stayed long. I should have made it 8 hours sitting, only 6 hours walking, meditation, whatever it was never ending. But the whole equation was never fucking questioned. The primary number was always one, me. And then finally, with the message of non-duality, I saw the primary number as 0. Yeah, yeah. And then all the failures, seeing them as complete failures, were the greatest successes. Yeah, because I am what I'm looking for. It's just that simple. So yeah, exactly. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to start saying goodbye.
Walter just got here. I don't think he knew about the time change.
I don't think how can we broadcast that to people? I don't even know about the time change.
Walter,
When did
are
it
you gonna start over, Walter, or not?
It feels just like it did before. So the time change.
Could you hear us, Walter?
They don't change it in Tucson.
Oh, they don't. Wow. Well,
Walter, can you hear us? I think you got here an hour late because of the time change we had here.
well, hopefully this should.
You're muted right now too.
Well, now he knows. Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he knows now.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Hey, all right, I'm gonna say goodbye. So Terry in Camarillo, California. Nice to see you. Eric P. down in Temecula area. Yes.
Vista.
Vista?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes away.
Oh, nice. David, down under. Kenneth, thank you, Kenneth. I got your lovely letter. Thank you. Appreciate it greatly. Sherry, down in San Diego. There she is. Everyone's Sherry. I don't know if you can see them.
Guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
Yes. Annalise. Did I get the name right? Annalise?
Yes, you did. Yeah, I'm in about an hour from Toronto.
Oh, you are. How did you find it? How did you find us out about us?
Mr. Rick role.
Mr. Rick, oh, okay, well, if you had troubles, just blame him. That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
I have
welcome.
lots to learn about this, so I'll just come in and listen.
Oh, great, great. Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
yeah. Kathleen, she's in Florida, I think, still, somewhere. There she is. Gary Clark, Placerville, feeling better every day. Very nice, Gary. Alfonso. Brenda Lee. The Brenda Lee restaurant in Dover, New Jersey. That's where I met Alfonso. And I have combined Alfonso to the lovely meal I have. So I'm always happy to see Alfonso because he reminds me of these incredible beef tacos we have. Very good. Alan O. Nice to see you, Alan. Tyler, it's a pleasure. And bless your child and everything. Yes, from all of us. Yeah. Susan H. I had the pleasure of seeing Susan Saturday. It's very nice. Hey, I think we're having a meeting here this Saturday because I didn't hear from the church yet. So we're going to have it at the house. So Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, can you put that down?
Sure.
On Saturday. Yeah. Thanks. Anu, you better come up here soon, Anu. Yeah. Mike M. Gary, I think we got everyone. Hold on, back to. We got Kerry. Kerry, thanks for the donation, bro. It wasn't my birthday though. It's March 21st, so you'll have to do it over again. Ram, nice to see Ram. Mike, as always. William, Stamps. Dana. Yeah, Dana, just go to bed and see what happens. Mike Clark. Let's see. I think I got everyone. Hey, hey, Frank. Frank's finally got the mayonnaise for his ham and cheese. Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've been really stuck on the chemistry lately, though. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this one, man.
Oh, chemistry? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, admit that and you'll see you get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he meant the
Maybe
chemistry of the mayonnaise.
No.
Yeah. I'll get through it.
Susanna W., a dear friend. Hey, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Paul.
Zoom has turned into something in and of itself. It's very nice. It's feeding everyone, and all these little squares are getting irrigated and some sun and some water growing. It's quite nice. All right, I'll see everybody soon. Bye-bye. Tomorrow is recovery at 10:30 Pacific time. Yeah,
Thank you,
Mike.
Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you,
Paul,
dude. Thank you,
thanks,
Mike.
Mike.
Hey,
Love
thank
See you guys
you.
tomorrow.